if I can do that. We'll see.
All right.
And then we'll just chit chat for a while and see if everything works out. We're live on Facebook right now, but all it is a logo.
Okay.
I'm waiting for YouTube to go live.
Okay. So if you want as well, I have a USB camera plugged into my laptop, so it's easier for me to kind of turn it around and walk around. But you said I won't see what I'm doing. Well, I can see it tiny in the.
Yeah, you can see your own on,
Yeah.
on your screen, but you won't be able
Yeah.
to see much
All
on
right.
mine.
So if I went like this, I can kind of look at. I can go like this and see.
Yeah,
I
perfect.
can kind of do a moving tour, as it were.
Yep.
Can you hear me okay too if I've got it that way?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Okay. Yeah. So we can do that. That's fairly portable-ish.
All right. I see we've
Yeah.
got a few people joining us on Facebook. Again, they can only see me right now while we're waiting for everything to load up. And I'm
Okay.
going to see if I can't figure out what's going on with our YouTube stream while I wait. Because it still just says it's sending data to YouTube. It's not gone live.
Okay.
I tested it earlier and it worked. So I've screwed something up. For all you people on Facebook, how's it going? We're going to start here in just a moment. I'm not seeing your messages. If you're typing any, that's also wonderful. So if you're there, I can't see what you're saying yet. I'm loading up my YouTube studio so I can see what the deal is with that. And I'm keeping talking so that you people on Facebook can know that we're here doing something on our end. Come on now. Boy, my computer's real upset having to do all these things at once. If somebody watching on the Facebook stream wants to try typing a comment, let me know. Like, type it in and see if it appears here. I should be able to see your comments. On my thingy here. But I don't see any comments yet. So if anybody is on there, let me know. And there we go. I had our YouTube stream set to private. So now it's public and it should be going live. Even though it's the wrong thumbnail. Who needs the right thumbnail anyway? It's all the wrong information. It's all Maker Faire info from Maker Faire Bay Area. So I'm just going to delete all of that because it's not right. Well, that's as good as it's going to get right now. Let's see if we're live. Options, view on YouTube. YouTube's online. And we are live. And it's up. Awesome. So we're live everywhere. Let me close that so it doesn't eat up our bandwidth. Let me send out a tweet. Maybe. Oh, hey, a test comment from Scorchworks.
Oh, good.
I'm glad that Facebook comments are working. We will get started here with Milwaukee Makerspace in just a moment. We're just killing a little bit of time to make sure that all the streams are up and running, and it looks like we are almost there. We have Facebook,
The real one
and
will
we
do it.
have YouTube up
You gonna
and
be
running,
around?
Yeah.
I might walk around do a tour.
and it will take
Oh, that's right,
one
kiln.
moment
You hire
for us
that
to
kiln.
get started here.
Wait, what?
After you fire the kiln, rehire it.
Let's see here.
Well, I'll try.
Sending out
Okay.
a tweet real quick.
Oh shit.
And Boy, I hope that was the right. Oh, it's the wrong thumbnail. All right, everybody watching, we are using the wrong thumbnail. But oh well. Okay, so it's 6 o'clock. Welcome to the testing live stream. We're checking out our live streaming setup and the bandwidth here in my workshop to see if it's all going to work. We have a special treat tonight to test this with us. We have Pete Perdell from Milwaukee Makerspace. They can't see it yet, Pete. I have to click on a button. I should have done that already. Let me just click over it. There we go. We got Pete. Pete, did I say your name right?
Pete Prodell, Milwaukee Makerspace.
Pete Prodell, wonderful. I see we got some people watching. Let us know if we're having any issues with audio, if you can hear Pete, if you can hear me, if the video's coming through okay. I'm testing out software and settings as we go. Hopefully it won't mess up. So, Pete,
Yeah.
to kick this off, let me give you a little bit of credit. I was calling around makerspaces and talking to people about different ideas that I thought would be awesome to do with makerspaces, and you brought up something that Make used to do a long time ago. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think it was Matt Richardson and Becky Stern got in touch with us. This was, a long time ago at our old location, and they said, hey, we'd love to do like a live sort of video walkthrough of your space, little tour, take questions from people. And I'm like, great. So I basically took my laptop, walked around the space. We had different members show off projects, talk about things, and Matt and Becky kind of, piped in, had questions, and then read questions that people typed in, and it was pretty cool.
I didn't see those whenever they were live, and I thought that was a brilliant idea. So Matt and Becky, whoever came up with that idea, brilliant idea. And thanks to Pete for bringing it up. And now I think we're going to do these regularly. We're hoping to do them on regular intervals. We're talking with a sponsor right now. Everything, we're a company. Everything we do has to be paid for one way or another. So we're not going to do a full tour of the Milwaukee Makerspace yet. We're going to save that for the official one. This is just the test. We didn't know if everything was going to work. But let's just kind of scratch the surface, and maybe we can talk about Milwaukee Maker Faire a bit to take advantage of the time we have. So first off, where are you?
Where am I right now?
Yeah, you're in Milwaukee, right?
We're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, USA. I'm at Milwaukee Makerspace. It's a 16,000 square foot facility, 350 makers, all sorts of equipment, capabilities, practices, skills, all sorts of stuff here.
Cool. And again, we're not going to do a ton of tour around this space yet. We're saving that for the official one that we'll promote real hard first, so that we get a whole lot of people. We've got 22 people watching right now, which is not bad for not advertising at all.
All right.
If anybody has any questions for Pete, feel free to type them into the chat. I'm keeping an eye on the chat, and I will convey them to Pete or answer them. Okay, so your space sounds like it's decently big. It's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Did I just blank out on that? Yeah, it's Wisconsin. No, where are you?
Yeah, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we're about an hour and a half north of Chicago.
Okay.
On the Great Lakes, Wisconsin. Yep.
And you guys have a Maker Faire coming up, right?
Yeah, about less than a month away. It's September 14th and 15th next month. Yeah.
So I have not been to the Milwaukee Maker Faire, but I've heard that it is awesome. I've heard it's one of the best fairs in the States, and I'm eager. I'm hoping to come this year. Let's talk about that a little bit. How many years have you done that fair?
This is our 6th, so we've got 5 years under our belt. We're moving to our 6th year this year, and we actually changed venues this year as well. So some new challenges there, but we're actually downtown, sort of in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, which we hope is going to bring sort of a new crowd, expose it to new people. There's a few things that are nice about it. If you're coming up from Chicago, you can take the Amtrak train. It's a 3-block walk when you get off the train. If you're coming from a city in Wisconsin, like up north somewhere, or Madison, you can hop on a Badger bus. It'll go to what's called the Milwaukee Intermodal Station. You walk 3 blocks, you're at the fair. So kind of nice if you want to use some other methods of transit to get there. We basically got one giant convention center. So at our old venue, we were kind of split up. We were indoors. We had some sort of outdoor stuff that was a little further away, and there was another event happening. So it was a little confusing. So now we're kind of all just one giant space. We've got a really nice dark room that we've had for the last 4 years, I think. So LED stuff, different kind of lighting, projection stuff, art like that. We have this glow-in-the-dark Lego people always come. And then obviously a lot of stuff you see at Maker Faire. I know Matt Stoltz last year came, and he said he was really impressed with the amount of sort of hands-on making that was there, which is something we really push, even for commercial makers who often, just set up their stuff to sell. We tell them, like, if you've got an activity or some hands-on thing to get people engaged, they're a lot more likely to, engage with you rather than just like, oh, you're selling these things. And it's it's hosted, put on, produced by the Children's Museum, Betty Brinn Children's Museum here in Milwaukee. So it's part of our mission to do hands-on, education and learning for really all ages at this point. That's all I can think of. Ask me more questions.
What's you guys have a website where people can like get tickets and see the date and stuff, right? Yeah. What's the website?
So it's milwaukee.makerfaire.com. And the other nice thing, our fair is free to attend. So you can purchase a ticket if you want and help support the fair, but you can come completely free if you want.
All right, I'm putting that in the comments. We'll see if that goes through because it's a URL. I don't know if those get filtered out or not. I guess we're going to find out. So I put that in the comments. Now you said this is your 6th year or 5th year? This is your
6th year? Yeah, this will be 6, yeah.
So how has it changed over those years? I mean, the first one's always kind of small, right? So you've probably gotten bigger.
Yeah, the first one was thrown together very quickly, and this is before I was I was really a speaker or a guest maker at the first one. I wasn't really involved with production, but it was very quickly put together. And the core group who did it said, like, they're like, we don't even know how we did it in that amount of time. Like, we're talking a couple months. Nowadays we start planning, we start planning right after the fair ends, but, probably 6 to 9 months out. So they threw the first one together in a few months, and it's grown pretty much every year. The first, we had 2 basically halls in this expo center. The next year we expanded to have the dark room as well, and then we expanded again to take over another hall in this expo center and make our dark room even larger. It's just kind of grown each year. We typically have 200, 250-ish makers. We have a sort of unsanctioned first robotics competition that happened. It's sort of an off-season event. So we usually get, 15, 20 first robotics teams who come in and do a competition on that. We have a lot of Dalek builders here in Milwaukee, located in Milwaukee Makerspace. So I think they have like 20 or so Daleks of all different kinds. We have an R2 builders group, stuff like that. Kind of things you might see at some fairs. Again, a lot of hands-on things to do. What else is there? We've got power racing indoors this year, which is really exciting. We've got teams coming from California, Texas, and a lot from Michigan. So they'll be driving in for that and racing. I think we've got like 22, 23 cars. So it's a pretty good size, about what it is in Kansas City, I think. So.
Very nice. Well, that's exciting. I hope I get to make it this year. The indoor racing sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have like you have to have a huge space to be racing the Power Racing Series indoors.
Yes. It's a huge convention center, basically, downtown Milwaukee. So any huge event, car show, boat show, sports show, anything like that happens there. We've got the whole 3rd floor, like just, wall to wall. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let me take a moment here and test out scene switching so I can switch what we can see. I'm going to switch. You are going to go off the screen, and now we just have me, and I'm looking at the camera, and this is where I would read an ad because that's how we pay for all the cool activities we do, but I'm not going to do that right now because this feed is sponsored by Make, and then we will switch back to Pete. Hey, Pete. So, you want to test out, like, walking around a little bit and see? Again, we don't want to show the whole Makerspace, but if you got something cool you want to show us, we could check it out.
We'll walk around here. We've got a few makers. Hi, Sam. Willing to talk to. a little bit, Make, and tell them what you're working on.
Hey, so I'm currently working on a what's known as a controller, a gate drive transformer for a solid state Tesla coil. So it's just I'm doing some soldering and trying to get the wiring all together. So and then hopefully I'll have it's a 8-foot tall coil that'll produce like between 12 to 16-foot arcs. So hopefully this weekend we'll be able to do a test for that. So
Is that going to be at the Maker Faire?
it will.
Yeah.
We'll have 2 really big solid state ones that are that size, around 8 foot. 2 smaller ones that are around 3 or so feet, and then we have 2 other disruptive coils for our shows that we do with the Tesla guys. So, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, thank you. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jake, the other half of that show, his name is Tesla Knight, he kind of ran away, but yeah, so he dons a suit of armor and then goes into the Tesla coil thing and fights it with his sword. He's, you can see his little poster right there. He's Tesla Knight Productions is his thing. So, yeah. Faith, can we bother you?
Sure.
All right, and here's Faith. What are you working on tonight, or what are you doing?
Well, I'm just doing regular work right now, but I will be sewing later, making a costume.
What kind of costume?
It's for Ren Fair. It's gonna be a dress
Very
for this
cool.
weekend. So.
And do you show any of this stuff at the Maker Faire?
I'm actually a part of the Tesla show, and I wear a different dress that I made in the show.
A dress that you made. So did you have to do like, I know I'm friends with the architect guys and I've talked with them about it, so I know there's like special considerations when you make an outfit for that kind of stuff. Could you tell us maybe some of the special considerations you had to put into that dress?
Well, for my dress, I didn't have to do anything to it because when I'm in the show, I'm in a Faraday cage.
Oh, okay.
So like I don't actually get hit by the lightning. But I do know for the suit of armor, we connect each plate of armor, like each individual piece, with wire.
Yeah.
So that it all becomes like technically one piece.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to do for him, and we have to put like window screen like across his butt and on the bottom of his feet, and like anywhere like that. So.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Here we go. We got a couple of makers hanging out tonight. We got a board meeting too tonight, but that's later. So yeah, that's a quick little look around our meeting room and electronics lab in here.
Very nice. Well, next time we will do the full tour. We'll check everything out. We'll do some show and tell. We'll actually look at some projects that people have made, and it will be awesome. I think this has gone smoothly. I haven't seen any hiccups at all with my streaming setup. I haven't seen any audio drop out. You've been crystal clear. When you're walking around, I could hear you just fine. I heard everybody talking just fine. So I think, in a week or two, maybe we'll do the real thing.
Yeah. Do you have a couple more minutes?
I do. You want to show us something cool?
Well, what I want to do is walk. You can look at me, but I want to walk to sort of the further point in the building and make sure the Wi-Fi.
So you're on Wi-Fi this whole time?
Yeah, I am. So I just want to make sure even, the deep corners of the building, it's still good and nothing drops out. So you can just kind of watch the background as I walk around.
So did you say earlier how long that the Makerspace has been there?
We moved into this building. This will be our 10th year of existence, and we moved into this building. Basically, we opened here January of 2013. So yeah, it's been a while now.
Very cool.
All right, so yeah, I'm walking pretty much to the opposite corner. Here's Jeff's working on some ceramics back here.
Hello,
really
ceramics.
Nice kiln.
Cool.
Ceramics, yeah, he's doing. Look at all this stuff.
Did any of you guys get the Cerambot 3D printer?
No, we're working on our own.
Oh, okay.
On our own.
All right.
I'm gonna keep testing. So one more spot to walk, and then we'll see. So far, Wi-Fi seems good.
Yeah.
I may have saw a tiny video freeze a second ago with you, but are you hearing me okay?
I'm hearing you just fine. Your video has not frozen for any more than a frame or two, so that's fine. Although, just as I said that, you dropped down to like 5 frames a second.
Yeah, I'm probably at the worst spot, and it seems like it's still...
It's acceptable for
yeah.
this. Yeah.
Saw a tiny freeze up of a second or two from you, but otherwise, I think this is good. Like I said, this is the worst case scenario. I'm not even sure we'd come back this far, but wanted to give it a shot.
Man, I'm seeing like little over your shoulder. I can see cool stuff, and I'm eager to do the real thing.
Oh yeah, a little sneak preview as we move around, right?
Let's see.
All right, cool. Otherwise, I think our test is pretty good.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. And oh, you froze. As soon as we announced it a success, your video froze. I can still hear your audio.
Yeah, I got a little freeze right there.
There you are.
Oh, great, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just a few seconds, so not terrible.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and close it out.
Right.
If you just want to stay on the line,
Yeah.
I will do my part. So,
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us. Again, we were just testing out our streaming setup because we don't want it to fall apart or break whenever it comes time to do the real tour of the Milwaukee Makerspace. We'll be announcing that at makezine.com. It'll happen sometime in the next... Oh, let me switch back here so you can see Pete. He's showing off the Makerspace. Back up a little bit with it. Up, back away. No, right there. Right there. So, soon we will be doing the tour. All right. So soon we'll be doing the tour, the real tour of the Milwaukee Makerspace, probably in a week or two. It's going to be awesome. Keep your eyes on makezine.com for more info. In the meantime, go check out make.co. We've got a membership system set up so you can help support us and keep Make running and thriving and keep Maker Fairs going all over the world. And in the meantime, we'll see you next time. All right, I'm going to end in this stream.